The Sporadic Tones of a Quiet Sigh by T.Q. Eternia. Age of Dusk, 2601 PR. The man sat at the end of time, waiting to die. He sat in a field, the sun bright in the clear blue sky, the grass and trees a glorious green. He picked a flower next to his foot. At first glance, it appeared to be blue, but on a closer inspection the man could see the veins of purple and white. A spider's web of sporadic tones all blurred together to make something different and more whole than the sum of its parts. A blue petal. The end of time was not to be a grand event. Many thought the end of time, if it happened ever, would be a bombastic affair. Fate's sly hand needed no such wide-spoken acclaim, though. The silent tribulation of the universe was the only praise she required. The man looked up as a shadow darted across the sky. A dozen birds floated lazily in the air. They were all of varying varieties he could not recognize. They could have been black, maybe grey. He supposed it didn't matter. They claimed the skies, but they did not master them. Chicks still fell from trees, and a raven, no matter how bold its heart, must still bow to a gale's fury. A thrush, curious but apprehensive, perched on top of a tree in the middle of a thunderstorm, only to be struck by lightning. Was this how they were to end? Not even to be noticed in the infinite narrative of the universe? A storm was coming, but not one of clouds and rain. This was one of a much more profound type. This storm did not crash down on the landscape with the force of gods. This storm crept into the lives of men and women and caused them to stumble. This was the storm of their ambition, the driving, blinding force of humanity. The death was rarely an accident. He had only recently learnt this. Recent to him was a strange concept, not one often thought of by others. His death would be recent, but for how long? And if time was to end, would it stay recent for eternity? But how long was eternity with no time? Recent to a baby could be a day ago, but if the child was only born a week ago, then recent to it was the 7th of its lifetime. But what of an old man? If recent to him was the 7th of his lifetime, his head would be filled with years upon years of recent events. The universe was unraveling, bit by bit by bit, and only he knew. A quiet sigh nobody would hear.